Yo, what's up, guys? Coming at you live from Japan. Today, we've got on the docket a heated sock review. Right before I picked up and came to Japan, I went to the old Costco and picked up for $38 a pair of heated socks. They are the mobile warming Fieldsheer, I believe is what they're called. I'll drop a link here for them. But heated socks for under 50 bucks, I thought I have to try that. And if any of you guys are familiar with Japan, currently it's nuking, it snows a ton, we're skiing POW, and it is freezing cold. I whipped these socks out yesterday and gotta put my hand in my glove because it's freezing. And all day yesterday my feet froze and I thought these socks really suck. Well, I just realized they weren't turned on. So my first complaint about these socks is they don't have an app or an easy way to tell if they were actually on. Yeah, I know you should be able to tell because they're warm, but I wasn't sure. So I turned them on this morning. I left them on when I put them on in the hotel. So I got about an hour of battery life sucked out of them before I was actually using them. But so far I've got them on low heat, which the battery life says, I think it says 16 hours. I am very skeptical of that, but got them on low heat and it is negative 10 degrees Celsius, which I have no idea what that is in Fahrenheit. And my feet are really toasty warm. So I will keep you posted throughout the day how these things go. Update, we're like halfway through the day and skiing chairlifts here in Niseko, and my feet are roasty toasty. So I can't speak to longevity, but so far it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Is it 3?
I don't know.
It's like later on in the afternoon. These things are still warm. I keep them on low. My feet are nice and warm. Zero complaints. I guess my one complaint, I did have to take my boots off on this last run on the gondola because the wires on these things were on my bone on my foot. So if you have a super aggressive fitting boot, it might take a little bit of finagling of your socks to make sure that cord is running in the proper place. But so far, so good. All right, guys, back in the States, done skiing and touring around Japan. Want to do a quick debrief on the socks, touch a few things I didn't talk about on the chairlift review. As far as battery life goes, I kept them on low the whole time. My feet were warm, and every night I got back to the hotel after skiing all day and night skiing, there's plenty of life left on the battery pack. So they seem to last a long time. I didn't risk turning the battery up. I have heard that running them at full volume, you won't get a full day of skiing. So I felt like low volume or low power was plenty enough heat for me. And I have pretty thin ski boots that aren't that warm. So battery life was great for all day and night skiing. As far as fit goes, they do have a cord that runs up the side that I mentioned I had to take my ski boot off and adjust. I ended up switching the socks, but left on right, right on left. That solved the problem of the cord because it runs in a better part of the foot. But then you have the battery pack that sits right underneath where your knee is. And it was fine if I'm skiing groomers, just kind of cruising or carving. But as soon as I got into skiing aggressive bumps and powder, I would notice that battery pack hitting my leg and it was kind of annoying. But I had zero problems of pressure in the boot. So if you're not going to be skiing very aggressive, that's definitely one move you can make. If you're going to be skiing quite aggressive, I would deal with the correct sock on each foot and just have to play with that cord a little bit. Again, for 38 bucks, I definitely think it's a good deal to at least try. They also aren't super thin. They're not very thick. They're not your grandma's old wool socks. They're fairly thin, but if you have a very aggressive fitting boot and you wear like a really thin, darn tough wool sock, I think this will probably be a little bit too thick. The heating element on the bottom is pretty thin. However, I do think that little bit of extra volume did cause my foot to burn throughout the day. It wasn't enough to not ski hard, because you always got to ski hard. Anyways, again, there's definitely some downsides to the socks, but I think for 38 bucks for a heated sock, they fit the bill. I would buy them again. I don't get cold that often, but Japan was really cold, and the one day I didn't wear these, I wish I would have. So, mobile warming, Fieldsheer, gray socks, great bargain. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you out there.